And moving on to example 2 in the log equations, solve for x. That equation, log to base 2 of x equals 3 minus log to base 2 of x minus 2. Okay, and again the 3 points we're going to remember about log equations: to get a single log on one side of the equation and solve, make sure all logs are the same base, change the base if necessary, and logs are only defined for positive numbers. So we're going to reject any solutions that give a log of a negative number. Now that will come into play in this example, so we'll watch out for it later on. Okay, so let's see if we can get the first thing checked here. Do we have a single log on one side of the equation? The answer is no, so we're going to have to check that and fix that. So that's not the case. And all logs, do they have the same base? Yes, they do. Okay, so let's fix the fact that we have not got a single log on one side of the equation. We're going to do log to the base 2 of x equals 3 minus log to the base 2 of x minus 2. Now that's the question we've written. What we're going to do there is we're going to do a rearrangement. So what we'll do is we'll add on log to the base 2 of x minus 2 to both sides of that equation. Log to the base 2 of x minus 2. We're adding that on to both sides of the equation. We do that because what we'll do is disappear from the right hand side, and we'll end up with logs grouped on one side here. So what we have is we've got log to the base 2 now of x minus 2 plus log to the base 2 of x equals 3. Again, I notice that those two logs have the same base. There's a plus in the middle, so law 1 kicks in here. What does law 1 say? Well, it says if you are adding logs of the same base, you can multiply their arguments. So that's going to be x minus 2 multiplied by x. That's all log to the base 2 of that is equal to 3. Okay, so we're going to then go down to the next line and just get rid of these inner brackets. It'll give us x by x is x squared, x by minus 2 is minus 2x, and that's equal to 3. Okay, again, log to the base 2 of x squared minus 2x. Can't do that in the calculator. What we can do in the calculator is we can change it to index notation. Okay, so what we have is 2 to the power of, what's over here, 2 to the power of 3, that's going to be equal to whatever is in that bracket there. Okay, all of that bracket will be on one side of the equation. So let's have a look what that looks like. 2 to the power of 3 is equal to, so x squared minus 2x. Okay, now let's go up here a bit. Right, so 2 to the power of 3, well, that can just be worked out. That's 8, 2 by 2 by 2. That's equal to x squared minus 2x. Right, so we have a quadratic equation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. So I have 0 on the left. I take away 8 there, I have 0, and that ends up over here at minus 8. Alright, and that is a quadratic equation. Let's solve that real quickly. In brackets, x squared, so it's an x by an x, and the factors of minus 8 are negative 8, that add up to negative 2 will be negative 4 and positive 2. So those are my factors, quadratic. That leads to two solutions, x equals 4 and x equals minus 2. Now, like before, we're going to check both of those solutions over here back up in our original equation. Okay, so just remember our original equation looked like this. It was log to the base 2 of x equals 3 minus log to the base 2 of x minus 2. So if I check in that equation the following answers, x equals 4 first, so let's try for x equals 4 first. So x equals 4, we're going to put that into that and check. Okay, so it's log to the base 2 of 4 equals 3 minus log to the base 2, 4 minus 2. So let me just put in that 4 there in a different color. So I'm subbing in 4 here for x and 4 there for x. Okay, now what happens is we get log to base 4 and then log to base 2 of 4. Now remember, that is a question mark over that. We don't know, we're checking. Log to base 2 of 4, that results in a number, that's 2. Is 2 equal to 3 minus, sorry, there's a base 2 missing there. So log to base 2, all of this becomes 2, and you can use your calculator, or you can note that log to base 2 of 2 is simply 1, and we get 2 equals 2. So that is definitely an answer, it works out, and we're happy with that. So x equals 4 is definitely an answer. Next, we're going to check for x equals negative 2. Now we should notice that when we start off with x equals negative 2, subbing in, we immediately get log to the base 2 of a negative number, and that is not defined. So we get log to the base 2 of negative 2, which is not defined. So I'm not going to go any further with that. That solution does not work out at all. Okay, so what happens there is we discard that solution. You can draw a line to that answer. And the only one that works therefore is x equals 4.